In today's review, we're going to be checking out the Feiyu Pocket 2S gimbal action camera. So let's get this started. Welcome to another episode of Dad's Den Tech Reviews, where our goal is to help you work smarter, not harder. As always, if you guys want to see more about the product we're testing, there's going to be a link down in the description. You guys can click on that. You can check out the link, check out more features of this item because I won't cover everything. Also, any of the gear that I'm using, from lighting equipment to cameras to headphones, etc., that's all going to be down in the description as well. You can click on that. You guys can purchase those items if you want to. To get this review started, we're going to talk about what's in the box. It comes with the traveling case, your instruction manual, some extra mounting straps, and as this is an action camera, comes with some different mounting tools for you, magnetic mounting tools. Here's another. Also have some stick-on magnets, so you can put this anywhere you want, and it has the magnetic strip on the bottom, so your camera will stick to it. And then of course the actual Pocket 2S camera. Now we're gonna get on to design and features. If you wanna check out the actual footage that we're gonna take with this camera, you can skip ahead. There's gonna be a section there where you can just watch the actual performance of this and all the different footage that we took with this camera. But for now, let's get to design and features. Number one feature is the size of this thing. This thing is so small. That's why it's called the Pocket 2S. You can literally put this thing in your pocket and off you go. Now, I said the size of it was probably the most important feature, but that's not true. The actual most important feature of this compared to other small pocket-sized gimbals and action cams is the ability to separate the camera, just like this, and mount this anywhere you want to and still have control of the gimbal and the recording, all the different features from this. If you're gonna be like in your car and you wanna mount this and do like a driving tour or something, put it up on the hood, you just put it outside of the hood and you're going to see some footage now. This is magnetic as well, so you can put this on the side of the car, you can put this on top of the car. Anyway, the ability to detach this is actually a really fun feature. Personally, I wish there was not a cable connected. However, I would imagine that's going to be something that they're going to work on in the future. I just gave one example about mounting this on the car, but there are so many endless things that you could do with this. Obviously, you can just keep it like that and you can film here. 3-axis gimbal, that's another feature. 3-axis gimbal, amazing footage, which is really cool. But you could do like sports stuff with it, you know, put this in your pocket, attach this somewhere. You want to be a mountain biking, attach this to your helmet, put this in your pocket or put it in your backpack or wherever you're going to mount that. You can mount it on a pet. You can see the point of view of the pet, which might be really cool. And you're probably asking, how does this like stay on, if you're going to strap it somewhere? That's what those extra straps are for. You can take those, put those through here, strap it onto your arm or something. You can put the camera up here. That way, if you don't have a pocket or a backpack or something, but that's what those straps are for. So as far as mounting the action camera, the possibilities are endless because of the straps and the magnet strips here on these items. The weight of this unit is only 14 ounces. It is super light, super easy to hold. I would like this a little bit longer just from when I am, because I kind of have big hands. So when I'm controlling the joystick here, I just have a little bit more control. But it's not a big deal. That's just a personal preference. Joystick is very intuitive. It's smooth if you want to control the camera as you're panning back and forth. The touchscreen is very intuitive, easy to use. You just swipe left, swipe right, swipe upside down, tap where you want. Very, very easy to use. I think I mentioned this already, but it is a 3-axis gimbal, which creates some amazing smooth footage, which you're going to see when we get into the footage section. I will give you a little tease here. You guys will see a little bit of it, but it actually is quite smooth. It has an ultra wide angle lens that can shoot in 4K up to 60 frames per second. It has a face tracking mode, which is really nice. So if you want to set this up, face tracking mode, set it up, walk by, do your little scene, do your vlogging as you're walking by, it'll follow you along. And we'll check that out as we do the performance and the testing of those cameras. You'll see that later on. Okay, so for shooting modes, you can shoot in 4K, of course, so we've already talked about that. So you can also shoot in 2.7K up to 60 frames per second, all the way down to 24 frames per second. 1080p, you can shoot up to 120 frames per second. So if you want to get that slow motion mode going on, that's really cool as well. I'm looking at some of this other stuff. It takes photos as well. And you can do JPEG plus DNG format if you want for your photos. And for storage, it uses a micro SD card. All right, I know that was a lot of information. So now let's get into the fun part. Let's get into the shooting modes. Let's go out and film some things. Let's test this out and see what it looks like. So I currently have this set at 1080p, 48 frames per second. We're gonna do a couple tests. I'm gonna just do some walk-bys of the camera, and I'll do a jog so you guys can see how smooth this is. So let's go. This is your walking test. Just doing a quick walk, single handheld. All right, now I'm heading back the other way. Now I'm gonna do a little jogging test and I'll run past the camera. Now I'll do a quick pan from left to right across the street here, and you guys can see that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually kind of just move this camera around a little bit so you can see how the 3-axis gimbal works. It's a really beautiful day out, so I'm just going to take a couple snapshots of these trees over here. To change shooting modes, as simple as hitting the power button once. I'm now currently on 1080p, 48 frames per second. Hit the button again, back to camera mode. So as far as your shooting modes go, again, you can do super wide angle, wide viewing angle, or narrow viewing angle. Here's the narrow viewing angle. Here is the super wide angle. We're going to be shooting in the slow motion mode, okay? I have the camera attached to my sun visor right here. You can create an attachment if you want to using the magnetic strip. So you can do like carpool karaoke stuff if you want to. Here's an audio test from behind the camera, audio test from behind the camera. Here's an audio test from in front of the camera. Got really bright sun right here. You can see probably shining off my face pretty bright. Now that you've seen the design and features, now that you've seen some of the shooting modes, now that you've actually seen the footage, what do you guys think? Do you guys think this is something that you would want to put into your repertoire as far as videoing? You can use it for vlogging, action cams, all kinds of different things. But what do you guys think? I want to hear from you. Put it down in the comments now. This is currently selling on Amazon for $399. If you compare this to the DJI Pocket 2, which is basically its competitor, that one sells for $499. Unfortunately, I do not have a DJI Pocket 2 to do comparisons with, okay? However, I have watched tons of videos about the comparisons between these two. Is the difference between the DJI Pocket 2 versus the Feiyu Pocket 2S that big of a difference that it's going to cost you $100 more? You're going to have to answer that yourself. I can't tell you that. Now, from watching footage and different videos and such, I would say probably not. I don't know if I would spend an extra $100 unless money was no object to me, which it is, and it probably is to you too. However, I think that the value of this is quite amazing. Also, the DJI Pocket 2 can't detach like this can. So this is really, really cool. You can use this as an action cam. You can just use it with, it's so much more versatile, you know, and I think that feature alone is going to make you want to get this rather than the DJI Pocket 2. But as far as this review, I think it's a great value. And the question is, does it get the Dad's Den stamp of approval? And I would say yes. Boom. He gets the Dad's Den stamp of approval. So if you're looking for a budget action camera, I think this would be a good choice for you. Again, if you want to purchase this item or you just want to learn more about it, I'm going to put a link down in the description. Also put a link down in the description to the DJI Pocket 2. You guys can check that out as well. That way you can kind of compare for yourself. All right, guys, that is going to wrap up this review. I hope you liked it. If you did, please subscribe, share this with your friends, let everybody know about Dad's Den Tech Reviews. I would love to have you as part of the family. All right, thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Bye.